Howdy folks, welcome to the workbench here. I get a lot of requests to do watch making videos. The truth is, I've got this iPad here. I don't have a holder. I don't have a macro lens. It's very hard because I'm really close to the movement right now, which means I can't actually even see it, which means I won't even be able to work on it. And I'm sure that's an angle thing, but whatever. I wanted to talk a little bit about this movement. Now, I just received a whole stack of vintage Seiko 7002 divers, which I'll post a picture of right now. And basically, what had happened was the first one I pulled apart, the watch was not running well at all. Upon initial inspection, I found this hairspring, which is about 1/10, maybe even less of a millimeter. What had happened there was that it was actually twisted. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you what that looked like because I fixed it. But basically, I got tweezers, not these ones. These are my heavy-duty brass ones. I got some really small, sharp tweezers, and I helped untwist this spring. Now, what was happening was that the twist was making this first initial coil of the spring. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it, maybe from this angle here. You can see that shiny spring breathing in and out. Now it's breathing relatively well, but the truth is it could be healthier, much healthier. And I'll show you that in a second on my machine here that I've got called a time grapher. That coil was bending upwards and making contact with this plate here called the balance cock. I'm going to show you how this watch is performing on the time grapher, and we'll see how unhealthy it actually is. Alright folks, I'm here on the time grapher. I've muted it so it doesn't have the annoying tick, but basically we can see the ticking signal light there, which is great. The rate it's going at is, let's call it 600 to 700 minutes a day, or seconds a day, sorry, seconds a day. What's that? 60 seconds a day would be a minute a day. That's about 10 minutes a day it's gaining. That number there, the amplitude, is that balance wheel that was breathing and ticking back and forth. This is a very low amplitude and the watch needs a service badly. Anything under 200 is pretty much the threshold. These old Seikos, 220 to 240 is very healthy. In most cases with citizen watches as well as modern Swiss watches, between 280 and 300 is very healthy. The beat error there needs to be adjusted, but hey, a service may fix that because right now the energy coming from the mainspring barrel and transferring all the way to the balance wheel is clearly stifled based on this number. But that beat error might fix itself. We can adjust it anyway. This last number here, that's telling us the beats per day or the ticks per day. And this 52 degrees, that's a lift angle. Right now, we're not worried too much about it, but essentially the lift angle will only ever affect this amplitude number here, the 153 degrees. I can adjust that to what the watch is supposed to be, and I will do that after the service. But right now, this paints a picture of what's going on in the watch. And finally, we look at the quality of the beat here. We can see these lines going everywhere. And I'll put a healthy watch on the time grapher just to compare what a reasonable watch should be looking like. All right, folks, so here's a nice healthy watch. Just ignore that part because that was me putting the watch into the thing. This is a very healthy example of what a watch looks like. Yeah, you'll see some extra dots here. That's me talking because this device is essentially a very sensitive microphone. So every time I speak, it's picking up my voice down here. But basically, we can see it's not losing or gaining any time, which means the watch is running perfectly in time. See, it's gone up to 3 seconds a day. And then you'll notice the amplitude change, and yeah, that happened. And that's only because it's picking up my voice down here, so it's mucking things up. But you can see the watch is running very healthy, not losing much time, not losing any time, gaining a tiny bit. A very healthy amplitude for a Seiko. And like I said, that's just that. It's also probably got to do with the fact that it's in a very thick diver's case and it's picking up a bit of an echo or another issue. What we can do is let's turn the sensitivity up. See if it makes any difference there. And I'll shut up for a second. Okay, we can see that reading change quite drastically now because I've shut up talking. 0.1, good healthy amplitude and not gaining much time. And that's only in one position. We measure the watches in multiple positions. And just to compare apples to apples, it's actually my own Seiko 7002 diver's watch there. So you can see that one there. That's my own one that I've actually restored. When I bought it, it was a bit of a bitzer, and now it's running beautifully as per the time grapher unit there. And then there's the movement that we were just comparing it to before. So lots of mucking around. This is just the troubleshooting stage of letting the movement basically tell me what's wrong with it. I can do a visual inspection, which is what I did when I found that the balance wheel, the balance spring was cocked upwards, and I adjusted that. But putting it on the time grapher and having a look at the machine here and getting it to tell me what's going on, you saw the snowstorm before. That's not a very healthy movement, whereas this is a beautiful line going across the center of the screen, a good rate, a good amplitude, a good beat error, and again, ignore that. And I can show you what happens when I change that 52-degree lift angle. So we're looking at, what's that, 268 magnitude. Whoops, wrong button. Let's go there to the menu. Let's go down. Let's change that to 53, where it's supposed to be. And let's start the movement test again. I'll shut up so I can pick up a decent thing. So you can see basically it's not really changed much at all. And there we have it. All right, folks. So I'll keep going. I've got a whole stack of these to do. They're just sitting right here. And yeah, I'll put this one back onto my wrist. And yeah, thanks for watching.